Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Reviews, and I watched A Clockwork Orange for the second time. I've watched it for the first time before I started this channel, so this is the second time, and this was a recommendation from if I'm correct, green, then that line V oh, no. Sorry, my guy, I'm looking for you. Oh, thank you. Green, then at line YG7VR. Hey man, I find your video really interesting. I think the points covered were done masterfully, and I would like to recommend a classic cinematic gem, A Clockwork Orange by Stanley Kubrick, which I just watched. Which is an adaptation of the novel of the same name by Anthony Burgess, that covers various themes such as free will, violence in youth, and the rampant corruption in all areas of social to governmental. And I would like to recommend some little things that could improve your quality of content. No offense, by the way. I think having a pre-constructed script would add a lot, and maybe adding editing like images or clips from the movies. Well, that's what was the comment. I can't remember from which movie he commented on, but I just watched it, and the tagline is being the adventures of a young man whose principal interests are rape, ultraviolence, and Beethoven. Wait, sorry, I had to release myself. Okay, it's a very easy and simple explanation why I don't edit. First of all, I film it on my phone. Second of all, I don't know how to edit. That's it. That's basically it. And third of all, and if I put some clips here and there from the movie, I'm afraid that I maybe can get copyright for those clips, and then I have to edit it out, and this whole fucking hassle, and I don't want to do that shit. I'm a bit lazy in that kind of sense, and that's why I make reviews. They're very shitty, but hopefully you enjoy them. But that said, let's just start with it, because I have 6.5 minutes left. We see Alex looking at the camera, at us, and it zooms out. It keeps zooming out, and he's holding a glass of milk. Takes a sip, and left of him is sitting one guy, then to his right sitting two others. And it keeps zooming out, and he is holding his feet up on kind of lay that's in a crab position, not crab as in shit, but is in the crab position where your hands and legs, but with your stomach up, and we keep zooming out and keep zooming out, and sorry, where Alex narrates while zoom out. Yes, then we see the body of a drunkard, bit of the body, and an arm holding a bottle with booze, and the guy singing. We get again, we're zooming out. Kubrick has something with zooming out in this movie, it looks like, so we're zooming out again, and we see a bit of light, and then we see 4 shadows appear. We then hear them walk closer, and we see them from the other side of the drunkard. We see the 4 guys standing there, coming closer, staying then in front of the guy, and they were giving him applause. Then the guy asks for a cutter, and I think Alex holds a cane right here by the old guy, by the drunkard, and they have a kind of a conversation right before they beat him up. And we're gonna leave that because if you don't know what's gonna happen next, watch the movie yourself. There was one scene that I want to talk about, and that is Bob after Alex was reformed, because they went first also to another guy's house and they beat up the guy and made him cripple, and they raped his wife, and she died later on, and Alex to find another job was hit by a milk flash by one of the guys who set him up, and then he was going to prison, and then he was heard about a program that he always strapped with his eyes open while he's seeing a movie, and has some drips getting into his eyes, some kind of a serum or something, and now later he gets beaten up by his friends who became cops, and he came back to that house from the guy that he beaten up and raped the wife of. And the guy, the man has a help in his house, because he also still has some stairs to the doorway. And that guy looks like a buff Austin Powers, which was really fun to see again. I forgot about that, but he legit looks like a buff Austin Powers. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie, because it's the glasses. It's probably the glasses and the hair, but he really reminds me of Austin Powers, but just buff, which is pretty funny. Other than that, I can't leave it at that, because this was just a very good movie, Just like the first time that I watched it, it's just a very good movie. The most of Kubrick's movies are just very good, or really good. Like The Shining, this movie, other movie. I've seen 2001: A Space Odyssey. I didn't really care for it, I didn't really like it, but I have seen it. There are 4 books of it, and I'm not a reader, but I kind of want to know what's going to happen next, But there's also a sequel to that, 2010, Space Travel, something like that, which is the sequel of the from the movies, but there is a sequel to that from the books, So like I said, I'm not a reader, but I really actually want to know what's going to happen next with that one. But that said, I'm going to leave it at that. Leave likes, recommend a good Kubrick movie down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, come join Discord, and see you guys next time. Bye. I give the movie a high for a low 5.